Everybody else understood the question the first time? Okay?
Everybody
Majority
else
rules.
is just
We're
assenting
right
to a
now
lie.
democracy until I say otherwise. And
okay, makes sense.
the vote was for recording.
Okay, seems legit.
Yeah.
I agree, not that that matters.
Okay, so Tibble Death Scene?
Tibble Death Scene and then or should we do, because Rose is here, so we could do some of the nurse scenes.
We could do both.
We could do them in order.
Well,
No.
There's that scene for
No.
in order, that's too easy. There's the earlier scene with the nurse and Juliet. We skip. I'm thinking, why don't we start with that, then do the death scene, and then go on to the second. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, we actually wanted to do the wedding scene again this week anyway, so I was saying we just started Act 2, Scene 4.
Okay.
So we don't have Benvolio, so we can skip up to the nurse entrance.
Wait, which Act 2, Scene 4?
It's when Mercutio and Benvolio and Romeo are all chatting, and then the nurse comes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we stopped there. We did Mercutio and Benvolio and Romeo, but we stopped before the nurse came on.
Should we just do the second half of that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because we don't have Benvolio, but we do have our nurse. So we're going to do that scene, and then we're going to do Juliet and the nurse.
Okay.
We don't have Peter.
I'll be Peter.
I can be Peter, too.
Peter's no one.
And then we're going to do the wedding scene again because we need to practice the wedding scene 5 hours.
Why are you looking
I
at
wasn't.
me? You were totally.
I was very careful not making eye contact with people who really have to practice the wedding scene.
Then you ruined it by actually making it. After you see.
Shut your face!
Practice wedding scene! You too! And then we'll do Act 3, Scene 1, which is
And then just move on.
murdering Mercutio and Tybalt's getting murdered.
We'll just go on. We can basically do.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do. Okay?
They're both getting murdered.
Act 2, Scene 4. Go.
They're both
Oh, starting from
We need someone to stand in for Benvolio. Or does Benvolio have one of the parts?
I have now Benvolio, right?
Okay.
So, I have a feeling you're coming in from this side. I think that's what I also have ever done this scene, so I think it's So, let me see. Is that the,
Sail.
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Peter?
I'm not.
My fan, Peter.
Good Peter, to hide your face from fans of better face.
You just made that up.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God, you good den and fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon what man?
God, how this is funny every time.
By my troth, it is well said, for himself tomorrow. Quoth the gentleman, can any of you tell me where I may find young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo would be older when you have found him than he was when you saw him. I am the youngest of that name, for a fault of a horse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Very well took and faith wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you. Oh, Benvolio does
She will invite him to some supper.
Bod. So, what?
Seriously? Hey, no hitting
It's
anything.
a love-hate relationship.
We'll figure out what that means and then you can decide how to say it.
Romeo.
Oh, sir, what hast thou found?
No hair, sir, unless a hair, sir, and Lenten pie. That is something stale and o'er ere it's spent. An old hair whore is a very good meat at Lent, but a hair that is whore is too much for sore when it pours ere to be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner there, thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell. Lady.
I pray you, sir, take him down, and were lustier than he is, and 20 such jacks, and if I cannot, I will find those that shall. Scurvy knave. I am none of his flit gills, I am none of his schemes mates. And thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave at me by his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I warrant you, I dare draw as soon as another man, if I see occasion in a good quarrel, and the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed, that every part about me quivers, scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word, and as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first let me tell you, if you could leave her in a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if we shall deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offering to any gentlewoman, and very weak feeling.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart, but I am faith. I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which I take as a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to the shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir. Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse. Behind the abbey wall, within this hour, my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell, be trusted, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my nurse?
Is your man secret? Do you ne'er hear say, two men may keep counsel, putting one away?
I warn thee, my man's as true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady, Lord. Lord, why does this little prattling thing? Oh, there's a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would be fain lay night for board. But she, good soul, has leaf to see a toad, a very toad that see him. I anger her sometimes, and tell her that Paris is the proper man. But I'll warrant you when I say so, she looks as pale as any cloud in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin with the same letter?
Aye, sir, what of that? Both with an R.
Ah, mockery. That's the dog name. Ours for the... No, I know it begins with some other letter. And she hath the prettiest sensuous of it, of you and Rosemary, that it do you good to hear it.
Commend me to that lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter?
No!
No, wait. I 1,000 times. Exit.
Romeo, yeah. Romeo, yeah.
Doesn't have his exit line.
It has
It does have a line.
Yes, it does.
I said it does have a line. I just didn't read it.
Before and haste.
Okay, Juliet.
No, I'm back.
Pray suffer. You have speech.
The clock struck 9 when I had 7, nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love heralds her be thoughts which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lorn hills. Therefore do nimble pinion doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind-swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the hindmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours. If she is not come, had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh honey nurse, what news? What hast thou met with them? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Sorry.
Oh good, sweet nurse. Oh Lord, thou lookest thou sad. Thou news be sad, yet tell them merrily. Good.
Rose, you should just like walk right past her and get a chair on her other side.
Yeah. Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am weary. Give me a while. Aye, how my bones ache. Jaunt by.
I would thou hast my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath, when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, I'll say the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than many men's, yet his leg excels all men's. And for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they not be talked about on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy way, wench, serve God. What have you done at home?
No, but all this I didn't know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as if it would fall in 20 pieces. My back is so sore. Oh, my back. Be sure your heart for sending me about. To catch my death with jaunting up and down.
In faith, I am sorry thou art not well. Sweet nurse. Tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I'll warrant a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is with me. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, my troth. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforth do your messages yourself.
You're such a coil. Come, what says my Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes wanting blood up in your cheeks. They'll be scarlet straight with news. Hie ye to the church, I must another way. Fetch a ladder by which your love must climb, a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your light, but you shall get a burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner, hie ye to the cell.
Hi, Virgin, honest nurse, farewell.
Dash. Happy. Skipping. Yay. We'll work on your winding too.
Yeah.
And you do winder. Who's been bullied over this scene?
There is no
I'm in that scene. That is a chair out of my field.
Nobody sits in church.
This isn't a church, this is
my
not
cell.
a field.
We're outside my
What do they call it? Cell? Like,
No, it's outside. No, we aren't.
That's my headband. Don't take it from me.
We are not outside. I don't.
I think you're
We
in
never
the
entered.
cell.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
we
you
entered.
came to me and now we're...
Yeah.
We'll
I
talk
came to
later.
you now.
it says Friar Lawrence's cell. That would indicate you are inside the cell.
Yeah, but it also said that first scene when I come outside and I'm moving around in the grass.
I don't think so.
Maybe
You're
there's
thinking
grass.
of another bit.
Hmm?
You're thinking of the bit where he comes and asks you to marry him.
Yes, but in that scene we're at the cell. It says Friar Lawrence's cell, but we're outside. This scene also says Friar Lawrence's cell, but I'm saying it could still be outside.
Well, no, because
I don't think it actually matters.
I
If
think
we're not
you're
going to have 7 minutes.
Ben, this is the entire cell. This is it. That's all the
Yeah, I know,
cell
but I'm
is.
just...
You're not going outside or inside, anything. Hi,
I
Jesse.
feel like we should all be on the same page here.
We are.
Yeah, that
We're
was
in this stuff.
And walk by me.
Sorry,
Is
Ron.
it going to cause offense if I cross myself?
No?
Okay. Okay.
But I'm really not sure about it. Please convince me.
We have to enter at some point. Not necessarily, you can enter while the lights are still down. So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, but come what sorrow can, we cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in your sight. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, then love devouring death do but repair. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder, which as they kiss, consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light up. There we're at. They are both holding books. It's hard to hide.
I know. Okay.
When they're both holding a book.
Let's. Okay, we gotta get our arms all the way around each other. Okay, just. You don't have to reach for her if you're coming for her. It just looks goofy. I know we told you to, don't.
Doing
Should I
this
reach for him?
That one.
No, not until you get there. Okay, so we're gonna try that. So there's an invisible X on this floor right here, where I want you to meet.
I see it.
Okay? And I need you to pause when you come in. You need to pause when you come in. Your whole face has to light up. Because right now you're super.
Your
No,
whole face.
Sorry.
Your mouth,
You
eyes,
keep
your nose.
It's like you want to float away, which is adorable. But it's just
I
not
thought
adorable.
the point of the scene was supposed to be adorable.
I know it's supposed to be adorable, but not like a
Not
minute.
too.
So you're like super impatient, you're listening to him, you're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Because you guys are obviously super passionately in love and love moderately means nothing to you.
Exactly.
So you're like, okay, whatever. And he says, here comes the lady. And you just, okay? And she's going to pause right on this pump step. And don't run, okay? Because that's I think where you're getting wrong. You just come over, okay? And you're but don't turn. You always turn here. You said we're turning. Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Yeah, you said we're turning. So
Only to deliver the lines.
But to deliver the lines, but you don't have to hug and turn at the same time. It's not a dance.
You don't have to be facing the audience.
Okay, but helping him. All right.
No, you can actually spin you. Trust. You can
So
actually
you're going to
spin you.
meet here, you're going to stride quickly, you're not going to run over.
Perfect.
You're going to just like, yay, okay, but not jump into his arms. Yeah, that's the thing I think that we're getting wrong. We're mixing too much whimsy, so it looks super fake. I know it's super fake, but...
What are you? Hashtag act.
Okay, try again. Give me the line again.
Here comes the lady. Oh, so like
You're reaching for her hand. Do it again.
Yeah. Good. This one will
Okay,
be
how do I do it without?
Okay, yeah. Here, give me the line.
Here comes the lady. The other lady. Oh, so light your
Okay,
foot.
and it's not.
Like, don't run, but just move quickly enough.
You can just meet here and then hug, okay? You don't have to like, okay, we're gonna hug right now, okay? Just don't anticipate the hug.
Ah!
You turn it over to Steve, okay?
Okay.
Do the line again.
Here comes the lady. Oh, so light your foot will never help you ever last.
Better. Okay, now you try.
Now you try. Here comes the lady.
No, you have to be on that.
Oh, so okay.
There, okay, that's one more try. And then we'll go for hugging.
You spin her, and then just
Don't rush to overspinning. Don't rush to
She doesn't
spin,
want us to
okay?
spin.
No, because you guys just can't, you're too tall or you're too short right now.
that's
But
yeah.
it's just not working and you just look like you're like muscling her over to the other side.
Ah!
So instead, tell me what you guys think of this. If they hug, and then they pull away, and then you can just like lead her over here. So that you're here.
Why does she need to be on that side? Why can't they just? Because that's how we had it before.
You were on this side, and then I was.
I think we were only moving her over here because he was spinning her, and he's not spinning her. And
You're not spinning right there, let's not do that.
let's just keep her over there.
Okay, so you're gonna hug, and then you're gonna not come too far away. Okay, but
could be Romeo and Juliet.
Right. Romeo.
Don't worry,
You're
it's
not-
all on tape.
The Montagues are not Romeo. This is not a war between humans and robots. Although that would be a great play.
We should do that.
We should do that.
I like you, robot. I didn't hear you.
No, sorry, he's the robot. The Montagues are the. Okay, whatever.
Nobody's a robot.
Just saying it to be great.
No,
Here comes that lady.
Give me the line before Here Comes the Lady, because at Here Comes the Lady, you should be on the top step.
Yeah.
Okay. Therefore, love moderately. Long love does so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light of foot, narrower about the everlasting limit. A lover may bestride the gossamers that idle in the wanton summer air, and yet not fall. So light is vanity.
He's gonna say this line and you don't care, you guys are still looking at each
Just
other.
paying attention.
You can either be like
Ignore me.
murmuring to each other, like not actually saying something, but like pretending to speak to each other, like, hey, did you get out of the window? Did anybody see you coming? Like, are you okay? Are you totally?
How are you doing? How was your day?
Yeah, and you're really not listening to him because this is the whole point is that you guys don't listen to anybody. Especially Friar Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hashtag real life.
Okay, so you caught in your murmuring, just
And yet not fall. So light is vanity.
Even to my ghostly co-editor.
much
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much as him, else is his veins too much.
way too quiet.
As much as him, else is his veins too much.
Do I have a line?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I haven't looked at my lines for this scene. I apologize.
Okay, Tony, your homework is easy. If you memorize nothing else, is to memorize this scene.
To memorize this scene.
Because this is the scene where you guys are having the most trouble blocking, and it's way easier if you don't need to hold up.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if I can find it. You find it. I'm not familiar with anything that's wrong right now.
Friar. We're Act 4. This is Act 2. You are Friar.
Act 2, scene 6.
Oh.
You know, like a friar.
Pretend I'm not here.
Funny because it's
Juliet, measure the joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more. Sorry.
Yes, you can.
Do it.
To blazon it and sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
Conceit, more to matter than in word. Praise of substance, not of verb. They are but beggars that can count their woe. But my true love has grown to such excess that I cannot sum up half my wealth.
Yes, it is.
Come with me, and we will make sure. No, I'm gonna like
That's,
split
you
your
don't
part.
have to
You need
keep
to be-
holding both hands
I think
and doing like
Are
this.
you further upstage so I can get behind you and like
They
push
get
this
too
up?
much further upstage because they need time to meet each other.
Yeah.
But they can move a little bit.
Which
while
way are
they're
you
doing
pushing?
it. I'm gonna like come behind and push this way, like both.
Yes!
Slightly both ways, not
Okay,
too
but
much.
do you have to like push behind or can you just be like, all right, come.
And then
Well, that involves
let
going
go of
behind.
his hand.
Still.
Yeah, I know, but it's less.
And we
Oh, you have to be all the way up here and pushing because they're pretty much gonna be here. I can't get them to.
Yeah, but if they're right, like if they're here, this is fine. They just can't be like right next to each
Okay, yeah, no,
other.
well, that's
I only need enough
that's
space
as
to get.
always for everybody.
Okay.
You all want to be close to the wall, and you can't be. You gotta be in here. This is our happy zone right here. Because this is too close, unless you're like actually stepping out to address the audience. And this is too far, because you're out of the light, and it's not good. And you're gonna bang your head on the ground.
That would be hilarious.
It's very symbolic.
As already. That's already.
So always make sure that you're up here so that people can move around you.
Okay, so
So when he comes behind you, show me what you're gonna do before you get home.
Oh, like that.
I'm not
I
gonna push you apart.
you need to have at least one hand still.
Yeah, exactly. You are going to like push that other hand.
Let's support like this, so that we'll let go of this hand, and then like go on like
Yeah,
No, it's
or-
okay. He can just hurry you along instead of push you apart.
Oh,
Let
wait.
you let go. You know what I mean? Like if you come behind them and they're being super snuggly here.
Come with me, and we will make sure. Well, by your leaves, you shall not stay alone.
I really
So Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1. But move a bit more slowly.
And like super shouty looking dead. They're like, alright, just hang on, let me get here where I can see what is going on.
It's who I am.
Okay, go.
Can you give me the last part of your own there, Juliet?
But my true love has grown such success that I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
That's better. That's good. I really like that actually. It's not just better,
Yeah,
it's really good.
It does make a bit of sense.
Alright, table debt, so you still my boat. We need Benvolio.
FYI, we'll be doing that scene every week.
Perfect.
Okay, I will memorize that scene.
That's right.
Benvolio.
This was good though.
Henry, you're gonna have to be Benvolio.
Yes. Whose book am I saying?
Oh, you can take mine. I don't have any lines.
Any jokes?
Yeah, I don't have any lines. I'm just on stage.
I forget. Stephanie usually remembers
I
this.
feel like we did it both ways. You did it twice, and then you did it this way.
Oh, I'm going over there.
It just matters which way there. Tybalt takes it. Oh yeah, because this one was better, but Tybalt came from this scene.
Last time we made the capitals all came from this side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I liked it a lot. Just so you know, Tybalt, Samson and Gregor are going to be like your muscle behind you, which is me and Zach. We totally did this.
Aren't you Benvolio?
Yeah, I am for this scene. But
Why don't we get somebody else to be Benvolio?
because I don't say anything. You need to stand in.
I think it
Benvolio, but you're in this
You're
scene.
in this scene.
Why don't we just get Ben to be Benvolio?
Because I'm sick.
Why don't we get Joey to be
You know what? Samson doesn't say anything. Gregory, get up here. I'll just follow you, and it doesn't matter. Okay?
Okay, and they have somebody with them too. They have Sergio's tank for.
Nikki, are you in this scene as anybody?
I think-
Balthazar? Would you stand in for Benvolio?
Okay, but somebody, they need a third person with them because Mercutio tells his page.
Oh, and that is you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Want to be the page?
Sure.
I'm pretty
I'm pretty sure.
We decided that.
Because you don't have a line here.
No, she doesn't have a line. She just leaves with Mercutio. So you just
And it
that.
is there, but Balthazar and Jehovah.
You're one of the citizens.
Oh yeah, and then like I saw the moon got his head rest.
Okay, so that's fine because you have page and Benvolio for this.
Well, it's
It
just actually
actually
literally just
covers
happened.
any intervention because you actually have a.
I don't think so. We were basically the time.
I'm sure.
No, but she's coming with. Up to this point, that's just been me. Up to that point, that's just been me because there's only one person. Okay, and can you all
Shut up, Vanessa.
Yeah, you
The day is hot, the cabinet's abroad, and as for me, we shall not escape the brawl. For now, these hot days, is a mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a cavern, claps the sword upon the table and says, condescending no need of thee, and by the operation of the second cup, draws him on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, as soon to be moved as to be moody, as soon to be moody as to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were 2 such, we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Why, thou wilt quarrel with the man who has a hair more or less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with the man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of coral as an egg is of meat. And yet thy head hath been beaten as out as an egg for quarreling. Thou hast quarreled with the man for coughing in the street, because he hath wakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun. Didst thou not fall out with the tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter, with another for tying his shoes with an old ribbon, and yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling?
And I was so should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
Fee simple. Oh, simple.
By my head, here come the calculus.
On my heel, I care not.
Hold me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good day.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me aptness to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou wouldst shortest with Romeo.
Consort! What? Dost thou make us minstrels? and thou make minstrels of us? Look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Sounds. Consort.
We talk here the public haunt of men, either withdrawn to some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else apart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look. Let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if you wear your livery. Go before the field. He'll be your follower. Your worship, in that sense, may call him man.
Romeo, the law I bear can afford no better term than this. Thou art acquitted.
Tybalt, the reason that I love these doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a deed. Villain, I am none. Therefore, farewell. I see that knows me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest. I have never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason my love, and so, good candidate, which name I tender to you as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. Staccato carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives, that I mean to make bold withal, and as you shall use me hereafter, drive ye the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of its pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears, ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Romeo, Mercutio,
Come, sir, go to saddles.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not actually.
draw Benvolio, down the weapons. Gentleness, for shame, forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince having expressed.
Romeo just walks his leg, right? Well, there you go.
If there's any sword searchlight, make sure it circles this way.
You're
So
not
you don't murder people behind you.
When are you breaking through?
I'm not sure. When should I break
When you have your line.
Draw Benvolio down the weapons. Come in that gentleman for shame, taking the chair, and Mercutio, the prince having expressed.
Where is it? Draw Benvolio, beat down their weapons. So, if right now they're fighting and you're like, oh my gosh! Gentlemen! No, draw Benvolio, beat down their weapons, and that's when you draw. Beat down their weapons. Right, while you say that. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. And you should actually be here, like, while you say gentlemen. Gentlemen is
Shame.
for shame.
Forbear this outrage.
That's right. Tybalt, Mercutio, and somewhere in there. It doesn't really matter. It might actually have to be.
Oh, yeah, like cold Tybalt.
We actually had him up there before that because it's a lot of lines for you guys to be clacking in.
Okay.
That's why we had him do that before.
Yeah.
So it's gentlemen for shame, forbear this outrage. Tybalt, splash, Mercutio. The prince expressly forbid this banding in the streets. Hold Tybalt, Mercutio, and that's what we had.
Right.
And I like
Good
that.
Mercutio.
So
As you say that, as he says good Mercutio, you
So
stab
it's
me
Tybalt,
around.
Mercutio,
And make sure you go up and my daughter.
We'll work on the sword.
Yeah. Okay, so we're fighting.
Draw Benvolio, beat down the weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio.
Sorry. You gotta go up to like break your sword apart. Okay.
Tybalt, Mercutio, Prince has expressed. Prince expressly hath forbidden his banding in Verona streets. Hold Tybalt, hold good Mercutio.
A little bit higher.
Aim high. Also, it has to be on the side of the body so he doesn't look stabbed. It looks like you can't show your sword through on this side.
Yeah, you got that.
Where is it? It's obviously not
Right,
top
right,
on this
yeah.
side.
So he's saying it has to be on this
It
side.
has to be on
Yeah, he
this
said it
side.
has to be on this side. He's
No,
stabbing.
because it's the other side.
Okay, she's literally just stabbing.
We walk around with that here.
I was shielding the nuclear scientist so the big soldier shot him through.
Otherwise,
Bye,
I'm
please.
going, oh gosh, before you can get shot.
Oh boy!
You're dead now.
Oh, it's slain!
But we'll go through the sword fighting like way slower than this and actually figure out what you guys are going to be doing.
Yep.
I'm not in charge of that. I don't know who is.
I can Andre.
Andre and Bethany, I think.
Oh yeah.
You'll hurt me.
No, I know, but that's what I protect that So she's on stage, but she doesn't have to be to coach them through it because she's not actually doing anything. Hippolyta was super useless in this whole scene.
Yeah.
So you're stabbed.
Okay, so wait, when I'm stabbed, is Sybil just like run off?